This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
In my previous video, I outlined why Halo Infinite is in trouble. Click here to watch that if you want to go see my thoughts on that. That video was very negative and didn't really want to make just one video where I put all of it into one because it'd probably be around about a 20-minute video. So I decided this time to talk about the overwhelming positives that are in Halo Infinite. For me right now, Halo Infinite's gameplay is the best in the series, and it could be the best we have ever seen. Halo 4, for me, felt too casual and felt a little bit off. Halo 5 had insane movement and wild ways to get around the map, but it lost its charm really quickly for me. They both lost their charm. They both lost that thing that makes Halo feel like Halo and what I fell in love with. But enough about the older games. Let's talk about the now. Everything in Halo Infinite feels meticulously balanced with the right amount of casual gameplay and competitive gameplay. Sprint feels great, but doesn't feel too out of place. Doesn't feel like it's front and center, the main thing. Strafing and moving yourself in position doesn't really require you to master the movement and combine it with certain movement techs, slide jumping, stair sliding, clambering disengage. It just all feels very tight and locked in as a package. That's just my opinion. If you want to see more of my opinions though, make sure you hit the subscribe button and keep looking for more content on the channel. Movement does open up a lot more when you add equipment into the mix. Equipment is back. Equipment feels like a welcome return to the gameplay that was so fun in Halo 3. But it has a good enough array of simple tools that you can use them in combat or with movement around the map that it just adds that extra element. The grapple shot has got to be one of my most favorite equipments I've ever used in a Halo game. Grappling onto walls and throwing myself into the air, getting around the map quicker, using it as a simple way to get up to higher areas, pulling weapons to me or power-ups. Just one of the coolest parts is just hooking onto enemies and smacking them around the jaw. It's something I thought would be a little weird and janky, but it slots right in. It feels right. Right next to the grapple shot, we have the repulsor, which is another welcome addition. Using it to bounce myself off the floor, super fun. And also, it's very helpful in competitive because I can use it to bounce myself into areas that I can flank with. I can also bounce nades back, projectiles, and I've even seen clips of people sending back Wraith shots at the Wraith tank, which is insane to me. And then you can also just slap people into the wall with the repulsor, and if they're on low health, get a pancake medal. It just works, and it's very nice.
Nice.
Adding to those, we have the marker for enemy reveals, the drop shield, which is a little weak, but it could use a little bit more. Depends on the placement that you go with it. And then we also have the thrusters, which gives you that little bit of a boost, a movement speed boost. And the equipment feels varied, but not too complicated. They have a use, and it allows the player to get creative with them. There's just so many different options that you can go with the equipment. It's super fun and simple, and it's all down to what the player can do within the sandbox. Speaking of the sandbox though, let's talk about the weapons and the sandbox as a whole. For me, the TTK is rather normal for a Halo game. It doesn't feel too long. I think the grenades are fine. People are complaining about the spamming of grenades or how powerful they are, but I don't really want them to feel like they were in Halo 4, where they're a little bit underused. Or I didn't really play too much of Halo 5, so I can't really give an opinion on that. And then if we date back to Halo 3, the grenades there were just so overpowered when it came to hitting stuff. They were really strong, and you had 4 of them in each slot. So yeah, 2 at the moment seems just about right in that middle ground. The BR is back though, and it sounds uber tasty when hitting shots. And when you hit 4 shots in a row and get that perfect, oh my god, it is just satisfaction.
Oh god, it's so good.
Alongside the M40, which is the main assault rifle that we get, and just the sound of the weapons of design of this game it really does just make me happy.
Made me happy, made me smile. Nice.
Fan favorites such as the energy sword and the hammer are just as OP as they used to be before. You've got the bulldog. You've also got a couple of new weapons such as the heat wave, which is really unique and really fun to use. I'm not sure whether it was in the previous games. There's also the cinder shot. The needler isn't as strong as I'd like it to be. It doesn't feel as needlery as I remember. There's the shock rifle, which is super dope. The spiker is just so satisfying to nail shots with. The cinder shot, as I mentioned, is kind of weird but also fun. And, you know, just being able to add all of those things together and then picking up a sword, grapple shotting onto an enemy, thrusting yourself towards them and then slicing them in two with the energy sword never gets old for me at this present moment in time. And I've done it about 50 times already. It's so goddamn fun. There are a lot of wacky weapons that are not in ranked, and I really enjoy ranked. It feels satisfying to win games. It feels good when you're in a stack of 4 and you're all communicating with each other. There are crashing issues, and the entire subject of rank is another topic for another video. But also, 343 have said that they are going to be adding more weapons in, so maybe we'll get to see some fan favorites like the Spartan Laser or the Fuel Rod, or maybe, just maybe, we'll get a Kimbo's one day. But that's wishful thinking. I said Halo Infinite has a good framework in the last video. I certainly think it does. The gameplay in Infinite carries this game and is doing a lot of the work, regardless of all the extra issues that are on the outside. If things outside of the gameplay itself are the problems, then I think that's good and also bad because of those outside things, but it means that the actual core gameplay of Halo is there. And I've not played a Halo game since Guardians or Halo 5. I've played a bit of the Master Chief Collection, but this just feels nice. But as I've said, the game is let down by a lot of the things outside of the actual gameplay. A good Forge experience, custom games that work, great maps that they already have that I plan on breaking down individually at some point, more playlists for casual and ranked, an esports scene that's ready to thrive. Over the last weekend, there was over 512 teams that signed up for the NA Open event, which is insane to me after not seeing Halo on the map for a while when it comes to esports. Halo is on the up and up. Halo is back. 343 still has a lot of work to do to get this game to the point where it's just the best Halo it can be. And I'm here for the ride, and I hope it's a good one. If I've missed anything and you want to talk about it in the comments, please do. You probably disagree with me somewhere. If you've enjoyed these videos, make sure you just subscribe, like the video, and as always, this has been Jimbo, and I'll see you guys next time.